All right.
We're doing it again. We're doing a pod.
We're podding.
Pod racing. Now this is pod racing.
Now this is
this is pod racing. This is pod racing with the boys.
It's not all about race.
Fucking.
Anyway.
Wrap it up.
What was the guy's name? Like Lars Traveller, like the little blue guy who blows up.
Glup Shitta?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
It was because I do know a lot of obscure Like I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I should know.
The little blue guy,
Max Rebo.
No, not Max Rebo. He was a pod racer, and who was
Dan? It's like Dan Quadranetto or something like that.
Something like that. And then they say
he like blows up in the beginning.
He blows up, and they say before the pod race, his wife just came from the hospital with his children. Like we're gonna cheer him on, and then like 2 minutes later he blows up.
Oh, I'd never clocked
George
that.
Lucas really didn't need to do that.
Yeah,
like that was unnecessary.
He
like
murdered
I guess
his father for no reason.
Yeah,
He knew exactly what
he
he was
murdered
doing.
a lot of fathers.
Oh yeah, that whole series is just about fathers.
It's it's
A lot
just
of
daddy
murdering
issues.
fathers and murdering children.
Yeah.
Speaking of murdering children.
What a segue.
Yeah, I don't know what that has to do, but we're talking about
We're a true crime pod now.
The Al Yankovic movie, the Weird Al Yankovic story.
Hell yeah.
Not
Cool.
VH. What's his movie called? UHF or something?
UHF, I believe. Is it.
UHF.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that?
I have not.
no.
I have not either. So it's
All
good
right.
thing we're not talking
Good.
about it.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. Great.
But we're talking about Weird Al Yankovic story. It came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Started off as a sketch on Funny or Die with Aaron Paul. And then they wanted to make it into a real movie. And they brought in Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe.
It was really funny. 'Cause I
Star
remember
of Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I watched it once. Back when I was working at the radio station, we had it was back when that movie was being released, and they sent us a box of promotional items. I have the biggest beach towel I have ever seen for that movie. It's just
Really?
like Daniel Radcliffe's dead body.
That is
Pretty
pretty
sick.
sick. That's a
It's
collector's item.
really cool. I really like it.
Everything. Where
Everything,
once-
everywhere, all at once.
Yeah, the Boys before then.
That's right. That was them too.
Yeah.
No, I really liked Weird Al.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Just as a person and as a musician.
As a concept.
Oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to say it out loud.
I do that all the time. It's okay.
But I remember when they like dropped the trailer for it, and I'm like, why did they get Daniel Radcliffe for it? And then I watched the
Yeah.
movie, and I'm like, Daniel Radcliffe
'Cause-
was the perfect choice.
Agreed, 100%.
Yeah,
I will say he doesn't look anything like Weird Al.
but like he has that energy. I
yeah.
guess.
I think that's part of the gag of the movie, though, is that
Yeah.
like, none of this is aiming for accuracy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
But they is very funny because I saw I watched Bohemian Rhapsody after because
Oh, really?
somebody I worked
Okay.
with who was like a big movie fan. He's like, yeah, if you watch Bohemian Rhapsody,
Yeah.
they pretty much Weird Al just kind of takes it like beat for beat almost, except they just amp it up. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's just like,
yeah.
honestly, that's a perfect analysis.
yeah, just like a completely untrue biopic.
Does Bohemian Rhapsody end with them killing Pablo Escobar?
No, it should. Should though. That would have been a better ending.
It would have been more believable.
Yeah, I didn't even see that one. I had no interest in it.
Yeah.
I like Queen enough to where I saw it. It's good, but
Yeah, it sucks because like I like Queen, but I didn't want to see it. I was like, I didn't like it.
it's fine.
Yeah. I've seen some clips where it's just they contractually had to cut to each member individually because like they all wanted their fair share or something.
That whole movie has an incredible fucking behind the scenes saga
Yeah.
because it was at least 10, maybe 20 years in the making. Sacha Baron Cohen was
Yeah,
originally
that's right.
attached to it,
Oh,
and then
really?
Yeah.
he dropped out because he was just like, they don't want to do my movie.
They wanted to make it about Queen, but he wanted to make it about
But Freddie Mercury.
yeah. Which
I mean,
Brian May's cool.
Yeah. There's actually a joke about that in this movie where they're at the pool party and then
Oh yeah.
David Dasmolchin, I think that's his name. He's like, oh, like I'm, whatever. And they're like, who? And he's like,
Yeah, he's
I'm the
the-
guy from Queen. And they're like, oh, okay.
No, that was really funny. Also, when I watched this movie a while ago, and then I rewatched it. But the first time I saw it,
Yeah.
it was like they had that bit with Gallagher. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
it was like musicians and comedians.
Uh-huh.
Like literally the day after I watched it is when Gallagher died.
No shit.
Oh, I did
know.
that with Wes Craven once.
Yeah.
I watched Cursed, starring Christina Ricci and not Andy Samberg. What's his name?
no.
Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then literally next day Wes Craven died. I was devastated.
And you killed MF Doom.
I did kill
Wow.
MF Doom.
I can't forgive you for that.
Yeah, that was fucked up. I was very late to that train, and then I first heard him on like a vacation I was on, and then I Shazammed him or whatever, and then they announced his death like 3 months after it happened.
Yeah, no,
right?
that's the most MF Doom thing you could do, is to not only die, to die on Halloween and not tell anybody for 2 months.
Yeah. So I traced back to when I first like heard the rap snitch conditions. I think I heard in the bar, and it was like, oh my god, this is October 29th or October 30th or something. So I take full responsibility.
Yeah, that was a tough day.
But okay, my mind is all over the place
going back
now.
to Weird Al. We're going back to
but I was gonna say something, but it's taken away, so we got to get back to Weird Al. Daniel Radcliffe. I agree. I was questioning the choice when it was first announced. He sounded exactly. I was like, did Weird Al just do all the music? Because it sounded just like him.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it really did. He was very good. I was not expecting him to really be able to belt out like that.
For sure. I part of me was not hoping, but maybe like I wouldn't put it past Weird Al if he would have just had Daniel Radcliffe like his body as his actor, and then he would just dub all of Daniel's lines as Weird Al.
No, that's very much in the spirit.
Right.
Okay, so it's like it's a story. It's obviously fictionalized.
I thought this was all 100% real. That's why it was so good.
I think most of it was real. I think small bits of it were untrue.
Yeah, like like his name being Weird Al was actually Strange Al.
That's true. I believe he also had a mother and a father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I looked into that because I was like, I wonder what his parents like thought about the movie. They died in a house fire in 2004 or something.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. That's not...
And he was like devastated by it.
Yeah. Anybody.
Naturally. Yeah. That's not a good day.
Yeah. But then in this movie, he made it like he had this this tortured relationship with his parents.
Yeah. No, that's got to be crazy to be able to like not think about that when you're doing pretty much a story of your life.
And I guess his parents were like super supportive of him too. Like when he was starting out.
I remember looking into that and found out like, his parents actually weren't terrible.
Yeah. His dad worked in the factory. I love the joke.
The factory.
Like, what do we build in the factory?
What do we build?
And then he just starts laughing at him. He's like, you pull that lever when it turns green, and then you pull this lever when it turns red.
Such a silly.
Yeah, I mean, this movie has a ton of great jokes. Mm-hmm. Like this. Oh, yeah. A lot of these like corny movies, I don't find them like what's that? The one that comes to mind, the Police Academy, like those types of movies where it's just nonstop jokes. Mm-hmm. I never find those super funny. This one, it was like nonstop jokes, but I found it hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I know we're doing another episode on Spinal Tap, but Spinal Tap, the reason it's so funny, a little foreshadowing, the reason it's so funny is because they take it so seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah, I think it's like the movie is so genuine, like all the characters feel like, the world feels lived in almost.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you're like, Weird Al absolutely slept with Madonna.
Yeah.
100% all the time.
When I first saw the trailer and she was in the trailer, I was like, is Weird Al is he friends with Madonna? Does he have like a relationship with Madonna? And then
I remember reading like he always even though he technically doesn't need to, he still always asks permission to like parody songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I will say my favorite joke of the movie, because of the whole time I was like, all right, I wonder if they're gonna do like a joke about somebody trying to like go after him for parodying their song or whatever. Yeah. And it's the scene where he's at dinner and he gets the call that Michael Jackson parodied "Beat It."
That was my favorite.
That was one of the best jokes
parodied,
of the
whole
movie.
Eat It.
Was that Eat It came first, and that Beat It was a parody. And he's like, I don't know, I think it's about like fighting or gangs or something.
Well, you've seen the music video for that, right?
Yeah, it's just the same thing.
It's pretty much a shot for shot remake.
Very funny.
Same thing with Fat.
Yeah, and they allude to it in the movie, but they never sing it. Or do they allude to it? Because his mom like got really fat towards the end.
I can't recall. I only watched it when it came out.
You didn't
I didn't watch it. I'm sorry. I retained a good amount of this movie. I promise.
This podcast is the least like effort podcast in the world. But
I do my homework at the beginning of the semester.
Right. This whole movie, if people want to watch it, it's free on
Roku.
Roku original.
Yeah, that's the craziest part. I was about to bring that up. Is a Roku original.
A Roku original.
Like that's a step above Tubi.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like, remember when Community had Yahoo?
Yeah,
There's a season just on Yahoo Plus, Yahoo Max.
I mean, was this the first Roku movie? Because they came out swinging.
I feel like it was.
If it wasn't, I don't know what their first one was.
Yeah,
I was to say if it wasn't their first one ever, it was their first like big one. Like, hey, we were able to buy this movie out. Buy it out compared to fight off HBO and all those other Showtime and all them.
Yeah. It reminded me a lot of. Have you guys seen the Between Two Ferns movie?
Not the movie.
I've seen all of like the sketches.
Familiar. Yeah, it's. I also think the movie is really fun. I think it didn't do super well. It's a Netflix movie, so who cares?
But, was it? I didn't realize that for some reason.
But yeah, it's the same type of vein where it's like a celebrity movie, but it's like just an overly exaggerated world and all these little cameos. We can talk about the cameos.
Oh yeah,
who's your guys' favorite cameo?
I liked back when it was on Westworld. So Evan Rachel Wood being Madonna was a good time.
She was really a cameo.
I would say not a cameo, just she was like a starring person,
the secondary main character.
Yeah, but outside of like Daniel Radcliffe, I was like, oh, these are standouts to me.
Yeah. Weird Al, he had a larger role in the movie than I thought he would.
Yeah.
No,
he was a real life guy.
Yeah. No, I always forget his name, but it's the record producer where he like sends in the tape and he's like, "This is garbage. You're garbage."
Oh
he's
blanking
on his name. It's somebody you wouldn't expect. Will Forte. Will Forte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love Will Forte.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. And then Weird Al is just like, "All right, man, tone it down."
Relax.
Yeah.
Will Forte does not know how to tone it down.
Yeah.
He goes.
No, that was a hilarious scene. Yeah, those are two real guys, and they actually were like his producers or agents or whatever. Like when he started out.
No, like I believe everybody, like most of the roles in the movie, like these are real people.
Yeah,
like that's why it's
his
so
whole
good.
band is real people.
Yeah,
they all have their own Wikipedia pages.
I mean, that's how you know you've made it.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's success. If you ask me.
All his buddies, I think they did all go to college together or something. They all started out together. So
and that's the My Bologna or My Bologna.
Yeah, that was a great scene. Was he was like, "Oh, like, can I have some?" He's like, "You can have some of my bologna."
It's like, it's like it's playing on the radio. He's like,
yeah.
What did you say?
It was this just dramatic intensity of like that word. That oh my gosh, I have this brilliant idea for a song.
Yeah.
Or also like the accordion salesman.
Yeah, it was Thomas Lennon, and his dad just beats him to death.
That was like the defining moment.
It's not easy growing up anywhere.
Yeah.
No.
He was hilarious, and oh man, I don't remember where I was going with that.
Well, what was everybody's first experience or exposure to Weird Al? Like what song?
Probably
Amish Paradise for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I think mine's actually The Saga Begins.
That I was gonna say because I think I saw both. I saw White and Nerdy. Like that was the one.
Maybe it was White and Nerdy.
White and Nerdy, I was aware of.
Yeah. White and Nerdy was like that
was my freshman year of high school.
Yeah, and then it was White and Nerdy, and then The Saga Begins because I remember right.
Also Yoda, and I was aware of Amish Paradise too.
Yeah, Yoda, but White and Nerdy, like for the longest time, I thought that was just like an original song until I heard the original one. I'm like, yo, these guys ripped off Weird Al.
Yeah,
I might be. I'm thinking of one of my close friends, but I believe my current roommate did the exact same thing. He was like, "Who is Chingy?"
They pulled a Michael Jackson.
Exactly. Right, insane. Chingy should be pissed, or no, Weird Al should be pissed at Chingy.
For the longest time, when I was a kid, at least, I would get Weird Al and Woody Allen confused for each other.
Happens to everybody.
Yeah. Because they both got that W and the Al, and
it's fair.
Yeah, and I thought he was married to Mia Farrow because Woody Allen was married to Mia Farrow.
Do you think Woody Allen wrote My Bologna?
Yeah, I thought Woody Allen, he directed Annie Hall, and then he made My Bologna.
He's a multifaceted
The range
man.
is insane. EGOT worthy.
And then he had sex with his 12-year-old daughter.
Oh, well.
Or was
Stepdaughter, sorry.
Damn,
It's
that doesn't make it better. Really the only thing I know about Woody Allen besides like what movies he was in and stuff was apparently I forget what movie he did this for, but he did a Reddit AMA and people were like asking him a bunch of questions and he was only answering like the softball questions about the movie that like pretty much like the PR people made bot accounts for, and he just like it was like absolute disaster. Like there's
Whose
a whole
idea was that?
Whoever's marketing team, I guess, for whatever movie it is, we'll figure it out later. But yeah, it was just really funny because people were like, oh, like what was it like on Zombieland, or like what was your favorite part about blah 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 movie, and it was like
was he
nothing.
in Zombieland?
Are you talking about Woody Harrelson?
Woody Harrelson. That's
yes.
not Woody
okay.
Allen. Not Woody Allen. Oh, okay. Speaking of mistakes, I was editing the Pick of Destiny episode. Why didn't anybody stop me when I said Kevin Gass?
What's his name?
Kyle Gass.
I have no recollection.
I said
of that,
because like I caught it the first time, like I just had a brain fart.
Did
or
you say
whatever.
it multiple times?
Yeah, I said it multiple, and like it wasn't even like we never like everybody did it. It's like you would say Kyle Gass, I would say. Kevin
really?
Gass.
I was gonna say. I'm sure I parodied
I'm like
it,
nobody corrected me.
I didn't even pick up on
I
that.
truly
If I did,
nothing.
I probably thought you were doing it as like a goof or something.
It's a bit, but I do love my bits.
Yeah. So anyways,
Justice Beaver.
Justice.
Weird. I was trying to think of another name that I can call Weird Al. Just Weird
Peculiar Albert.
Yeah. So Peculiar Albert, he was this movie that he didn't direct it. I forget the director's name. I really should know it.
Yeah.
But he's also the guy who directed the sketch, and so that's why they brought him back.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this is like his first feature film.
Oh, that's good for him.
Yeah, I like when they do that because there's
Yeah.
like that guy and then this like I think he's like 14, but they're doing like a Backrooms movie, like the YouTube like the back rooms where it's like liminal spaces or whatever.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
I guess A24 is doing a movie and it's this 14-year-old kid directing it because like he started the story or whatever, like
No
those
way.
creepy pastas or whatever.
Ooh, I do know what a creepypasta is.
Yeah.
I've invested in a few in those. Very unsettling.
Oh yeah. No, those are very.
Did they get the girls who tried to kill that other girl to direct the Slender Man movie?
I think she was booked.
Yeah.
It was
like
it was a
20
Joe,
to life.
It was a Joe Exotic situation. She's doing it all from prison.
She's running for president.
That too, yeah.
R.I.P. to that girl if she's dead. I don't remember that.
Or the one who got stabbed is, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't come back from that.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, I guess people come back.
Some might. I don't know. Let's try it.
Yeah, only one way to find out.
But speaking of the Pick of Destiny, Jack Black, he has a cameo.
Yeah, no, he's in
He
this
plays
too.
Wolfman Jack. As does Paul F. Tompkins. He plays Gallagher, and he was the open mic host in the Pick of Destiny.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah.
we're bringing them all
Yeah.
together.
Cameo
Callback.
Kings.
Yeah, ton of great. Conan plays Andy Warhol.
Yeah, that's right.
And he was like just walking around taking pictures of people. And he's like, "Oh, this Weird Al guy, he's going to be like the next big artist."
Yeah, that pool scene was like the Avengers Endgame of
It
it.
really was.
Yeah.
There was.
Comedian
I
and
It
was.
was the
Cameos.
Oppenheimer of like music.
Right, and I love me some '80s, so I'm like pausing certain spots to
Yeah.
be like, who are they playing? It was like
Yeah.
it was like watching Space Jam Legacy, and all the WB properties were watching the game.
I will say, did you guys see Oppenheimer? You guys,
Yeah,
no, you
I've
didn't.
I've seen
Not
Oppenheimer.
yet, no.
This is a quick when they said like, "Oh, we have to go see."
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they were like, "We have to go see Heisenberg."
Yeah,
And
I was like, yo, why'd they recast Bryan Cranston?
Yeah, I was like, dude, if they don't have Bryan Cranston, or if they don't just, I know that they wanted to, it's like accurate or whatever, but I was like, just this one part.
That would
just
be very
get,
funny.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston, bald with a goatee, and just everyone take it seriously. Everyone just be like, oh, what's up, Heisenberg?
Right,
just have it for
nobody
that-
would
that-
oppose to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that one scene, and then switch it for the rest of the movie
Yeah.
with like the actual actor.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Dual cast it. Have Bryan Cranston in just one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I was suggesting. Like,
Yeah.
have him be like the
Oh.
Pretty good, yeah. Like how Mel Gibson shows up in like one frame of Apocalypto.
Exactly. I love it.
Yeah. So this Weird Al movie, he murders Pablo Escobar. I love how he's like, I never murdered anyone, and in the past 2 days, I've murdered like 20 guys.
He's very aware of that.
Yeah, and it just turns into like an action movie halfway through the movie. He throws a disc, like one of his silver platinum records.
His records.
Yeah.
Those things are deadly.
Gotta be careful with those. Probably not a good idea to wear a chain around your neck.
Probably. Seems like it would be awkward and heavy.
Yeah.
No, is that and then like his whole arc of like him becoming like, the fame got to his head.
Yeah.
And he has that whole, I don't know if it was remember if it was a dream sequence or if it was like a trip or whatever, but he has this like very like revealing almost like in like his hotel room. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think
or it's like a bad dream. It's like some kind of like
he does
surreal
he eats some
experience.
Mushrooms on accident or something.
It happens.
That's it.
And that's how he comes up with "Eat It."
Yeah, that's it. It was just crazy to watch. I was watching that and I was like,
yeah. He's like going through hell and like his dad is yelling at him like, "Come work at the factory." Dwight plays Dr. Demento.
that's right, Rainn Wilson.
Yeah. He was fine. I never really had like too many opinions on the guy.
I haven't either. I just see him as Dwight, and then he's popped up in a couple things.
Yeah,
that sucks for
he's
him.
Dwight, and then he's the guy from Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Super.
Super? I'll take your word for it. I feel like it was Kick-Ass.
No, Kick-Ass was Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's the comic book movie.
Nicolas Cage is
or-
in Kick-Ass.
Was it Kick-Ass 2, maybe?
No, he was in Super. It was a James Gunn movie where he plays like a guy who wants to be a superhero.
I watched both of those at a very similar age.
Yeah,
I feel like they
those
came
movies,
out around the
like,
same
right around
time.
the same
Yeah.
time.
There's a Ryan Reynolds movie that's kind of like that too.
The Green Lantern.
Not that one. No, this one he is playing a superhero, but it's like a figment of I think it's Jeff Daniels' imagination.
What?
Yeah, it's a weird indie movie. I watched it on Netflix. I just watched it because like Emma Stone was in it. One of the sons from the TV show Weeds was in it. So I was like, well, these are all people I know
What
and
the
like.
fuck? When did this movie come out?
I want to say late 2000s, early 2010s.
And Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds said he's a bleach blonde superhero.
What's this movie called?
I can't remember it, but I promise you it's real. It's not a Mandela thing.
God damn.
I watched it on Netflix.
Ryan Reynolds had a long streak of like movies where he was playing, like there was The Change Up where him and Jason Bateman switch minds, and then there was Selfless where him and Ben Kingsley switch minds.
I didn't know about that one.
Detective Pikachu where him and Pikachu switch minds.
No, he becomes Pikachu.
He becomes Pikachu. Yeah,
Right,
I guess
okay.
that's different.
Okay, yeah, there's a theme
R.I.P.D. where he's like an old Chinese man or something.
I passed on R.I.P.D.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate because I have Jeff Bridges in it, and I like Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, I never saw that one, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like Men in Black. It just looked like a Men in Black ripoff.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're
I was
dead.
like, I've seen this. I feel
Yeah.
like so. Yeah, not for me.
Yeah. I will say after watching this movie, I listened to Weird Al a touch more than I did prior.
I've queued him up after I watched it
Yeah.
originally.
You don't?
I didn't. I just was like, damn, that was a good movie, and then I just kind of went on.
I've actually seen him live. I saw him at
Really?
an outdoor.
I feel like that would be fun though.
It was a good time. I went with people who are way more hardcore Weird Al fans, so I was like, I knew like 4 songs,
Yeah.
but it was still a very funny, like entertaining time. At the end, there's all these stormtroopers that come out on stage, and
Oh, and
that's
he does.
fucking cool.
No, that is cool. No, I feel like it would be fun to see him live.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good time. It was like it was one of those like $5 or $10 lawn seat deals, so
nice.
I would say that was perfect.
I want Pitt. I want a mosh to Weird Al.
I'm sure that's a possibility.
I don't know.
Manifesting for you.
Thank you.
I remember he had a tour called Mandatory Fun, and like the
I
poster
remember
was him
seeing
dressed up
that.
like a
I
Nazi.
And like the thing is, he can get away with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Parody.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
legal.
Plus, like, what? Who's
Kanye
offended?
tried to do it.
Truly,
He didn't.
who's offended by that guy?
Yeah.
Like the Eat It guy?
The Westboro Baptist Church. They
don't like fun.
Yeah. I saw something about they were like telling people to protest him or something, and he was like, "Fuck you guys."
He said, "Yeah, do
What?
it."
Yeah.
Go ahead. Why are you telling everyone what to do?
I did some research into him like after the movie, and he's like he doesn't drink, he doesn't like do hard drugs, he doesn't swear. He's like a very clean, just like, you know.
That's why the trailers fascinated me so much, because there were scenes where he was doing drugs and alcohol and all that.
And he was fucking ripped.
Yeah.
No. He was fucking yoinked. He was, Have you guys seen these people saying Daniel Radcliffe for Wolverine?
I have,
Really?
and I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be so controversial, but I feel like it'd be a Robert Pattinson Batman situation where everybody's like, why are they getting this guy to do it? But then like the movie comes out and it's like, okay, like I see the vision.
Probably,
I could agree with that, because he's supposed to be a little person.
Yeah,
Not little person, but a shorter, regular
Tiny man.
Wolverine's supposed
man.
to be 3'5". So,
Inches.
yeah, 3'5" inches. But I mean, you know, he's got the bod for it. He's got the height for it. He's British, so I don't know, you know, how he'll do that.
The last one was Australian, so
Yeah.
point.
The only issue is I don't think I could take him.
I couldn't take him either.
Well, no, I couldn't take him, but like in that way, but like I could not take him seriously. I think because like think about Hugh Jackman. It's like I'm like that man could beat me up, but I'm like I'm a little like he's intense, but like I feel like Daniel Radcliffe trying to be intense, it'd be like
he's kind of like a little soft boy.
Yeah, he's soft. Yeah, he's a little soft boy.
That was like Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. I'm like, I could push
Yeah.
you. I could push you.
You're a
over.
nerd.
I could simply shove you into a locker. I've never done it, but I'm willing to for you.
I mean, you know, don't underestimate. Have you guys seen these pics of Zuckerberg?
Oh,
that dude is fucking
Here and
ripped.
there.
Actually, you know, this is like I saw a tweet that was like the most human thing Mark Zuckerberg has done has expressed his interest into beating Elon Musk into a paste. My favorite picture of Mark Zuckerberg though is the one where he's like windsurfing or whatever.
And he's got all the sunblock.
That he did not rub in.
Oh yeah.
My favorite Zuckerberg moment is when he was like smoking meats and he just kept saying "Sweet Baby Ray's." I was like, "Are you getting paid for this?"
My favorite Zuckerberg meme is he was like showing off the different like face swaps you can do or something. We might have to cut this out, but someone then took that and then face swapped him with George Floyd. He was like, "Look at all the cool face swaps we can do on Meta."
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yikes!
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, that's like that reminds me of the Tesla unveil that they were like, "Oh, this window's unbreakable," and that instantly fucking broke.
Yeah.
Was that the Cybertruck?
I think so.
The
Yeah.
Halo Warthog.
It really was the Halo Warthog.
Okay, so this Weird Al movie. I don't know. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
100%.
I really did enjoy it. I
was
liked
great
it a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was just gonna be like kind of like a, what's the term kids use? Mid, like a
Mid,
sort of a mid
It was
biopic.
gonna no cap.
Here's
Right.
the thing, like I knew it was going to be silly, but I
Yeah.
thought
Of
it was going
course.
to be like canned silly. It
Right.
was not it was way more thought through.
Yeah, I was expecting a sort of Scary Movie 2 quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like the Roku original.
Exactly. Like low expectations, because
Yeah.
if it's free, how good can it be?
Oh yeah.
I love when his dad like takes off his uniform and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt underneath. He's like, "I've been weird this whole time." So. There's just so many good jokes.
It was so touching too.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's supportive. I love that. Do you guys pronounce it biopic or biopic?
I pronounce it biopic.
I do biopic
I
as
never
well.
knew it was supposed to. I don't know if it's.
I don't think it's
or
supposed to.
just
I think
like
it's the
a
GIF
pretentious,
thing.
like,
I think it's
film cunts say it that way.
I think it's just a fake argument, like which way the
Somebody
toilet
made that up.
which way the toilet paper goes. I'm like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Well, the
Take a
person-
shit.
It
The
sounds like a
person
thing
eating
that
the
like
toilet
British
paper.
people say.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the new biopic?
Okay, I'd buy that.
Yeah.
No, the craziest thing British people do, the second craziest thing British people do is when they pronounce aluminum like aluminium.
Aluminium.
And it's like that's like when it's like when suburban moms call Target Target. It's like, please stop trying to make this thing sound fancier than it is.
Oh God, one of my favorite memes about suburban women is when they go to a Mexican restaurant. Grassy ass.
Oh man.
No, but the craziest thing to do is
Respectful.
like we can kind of tell how some words like gray and gray the spelling is different because it's
Yeah.
like A and E or like
I do that all the time with Brittany and Brittany.
yeah or like chips and fries. You know, it's like okay, like I see where it happens. Where did Lorry come from for truck?
Lorry.
I did not know that's what they called them.
Yeah, no, like Lorry, Lorry. It is like, that's just way out there.
Yeah, I got nothing. That's weird.
Yeah. And
Weird
they call
out.
like the front and the back of the car like the bonnet and the bum in the bonnet or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's just typical English
Yeah.
nonsense. So like that doesn't surprise me, but it's really just like,
the lorry. Yeah.
or it's like the other way around. How do we get truck from lorry if we're like, you know, the Americans came from Britain or whatever?
Because once we got over here and kicked them out, we just started making shit up.
That is true.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Yeah, no, but weird.
Is this your favorite biopic?
My favorite biopic.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I haven't really seen too many.
Yeah, I've seen too many.
Or like, if I guess it is because it's like I can't. The other ones aren't really sticking out.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but I liked the Rocket Man. That was fun.
I haven't seen. I heard it's good though.
Yeah,
It's a good time. I like that way more than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, I feel like that's a low bar.
Yeah. I remember that movie bothered me because it came out like right after Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm like, they're just doing
Yeah.
And then they had this fucking Whitney Houston movie, which is just the same thing.
Yeah, by the time the Whitney one was coming out, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm so over this moment in cinema.
I know these people. It's
Right.
really interesting because it's like we've gone from that, and then we've morphed into Brand, the movie. Like I saw an ad for BlackBerry, like the story of BlackBerry, like the phone, and it's just called BlackBerry.
Yeah, that's right. Glenn
Or,
Howerson's in that one.
Yeah, or Tetris, which actually looks pretty
I
interesting.
was gonna say that's the same actor from
Air?
Rocket Man.
Yeah, that actually looks interesting because it's not like
It's not about the game being developed. It's
Yeah.
about like the story of it.
like getting it
In
from
Russia.
Hot
Shit.
Cheetos. There's a flaming hot Cheetos
yeah,
movie.
or it's just
That's
it's
true.
so it's just like
Yeah.
Brand, and then now it's like with the Barbie movie, we're seeing a resurgence in board game and toy movies.
Yeah, that's the new thing. Is they want to make like a Mattel cinematic universe.
We're
And you
getting
know what? I'll see a Hot Wheels movie.
we're getting a Monopoly movie. I know that much.
I really hope it's like because I don't know how much you guys know about the history of Monopoly, but I took a history of games class.
That sounds incredible.
It was because it's really cool because you start with board games and then it was like, you know, you kind of see the evolution go all the way to video games. It was very surreal having to write in my notebook why Skyrim was so important to like video games. I was like, damn, this is like I played this in 7th grade. I was a scholar.
Like, I'm making history.
Yeah, but it was really interesting because it actually started out as like a critique of capitalism, and it's like mocking. It's almost like satirical,
Right. Okay.
because it's like, you know, look how hard it is. Or it's like, you know, you have to own all this property, and if you lose money every time you land on somebody else's space, and it's like supposed to show you like, hey, this doesn't work. But now it's like, oh, look at the silly man in the top hat. Now you can use a credit card.
That's very interesting. It's believable for
Yeah.
sure.
I guess that's why they're making the Monopoly movie now.
Yeah.
You got to tell that story.
No, that's what I'm like. If the Barbie movie could tell such like a profound story through this doll, then like I really hope like the Hot Wheels movie tackles like systemic racism or something. Just like something you really you don't see it coming, and it's like, you know, right before Chris Pratt has to go do the loop-de-loop.
Chris Pratt's gonna be in the Hot Wheels movie.
He's driving the.
He hasn't done a car movie yet.
Or
I don't think.
Connect 4.
He's driving the only car from Ukraine, and so like, he has to like prove that his tiny car can like beat the forces of like this like Russian monster truck.
Or it's like the Connect 4 movie. He's Red Puck. And it's animated. They're giving that one to the animators.
100% animated. They're gonna love to do that.
Yeah.
You know what they say? These brands, they're just movies. They're just money machines nowadays.
I mean, yeah, no, because it's like,
Whoa, why did this glow? That's weird. Never does that. Okay.
yeah. But no, I guess what would be actually like, it sounds kind of crazy, but like if you did it right, would be a good like brand movie.
I proposed this on my show on this channel, A Really Brad Week, starring Brad Leonard with me, Brad Leonard.
That's a great show. I watch it every week.
Oh my God, thank you.
I've seen an episode.
Thank you. I proposed, I want to see a biopic for Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen Food Fight? or heard of Food Fight?
I think I've heard of Food Fight.
It's this atrocious animated movie that was just in like development hell, and it's essentially Toy Story but in a grocery store. He's in it.
Yeah. I would love to see that.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. It's starring Charlie Sheen, Kristen Dunst. I think Britney Spears is in it. Don't quote me on it.
Really?
But yeah, you can watch.
This was going to be made in like what, 2005, 2006?
Yeah, and then it released in like 2013 as like a straight to DVD, like limited.
It was released?
Oh, it
Yeah.
was released.
No
I
way.
didn't.
It's
I didn't
not
realize
finished. I mean, I guess it's
okay.
released as in you can watch it
It's,
available.
you could find it.
yeah.
You're not supposed to have it, but it's there.
Exactly. Christopher Lloyd is the villain too.
Really?
And yeah, you look it up once we're done.
This has
I'm
major.
probably going
What
to.
was that Seth Rogen movie? Like
Sausage Party?
Yeah, no, it was
I
proto.
hated that movie.
It reminded me. I have not seen Sausage Party. It did not appeal to me.
No, and it didn't appeal to me. And that's
Everyone was like losing their shit for that movie. Like,
A lot of people told me to see
It's
it.
funny because it's animated and they swear, they say
Yeah.
bad
Well,
words.
it's like-
Okay, watched Fritz the Cat.
it's like no, it's. I do feel bad because I do enjoy Seth Rogen. I do enjoy his work, but
Yes.
I do feel like the reason so many people were like Sausage Party is because it was spearheaded by Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Yes, once it got to post Pineapple Express, it was
Oh, yeah.
he pretty much hit a streak of untouchableness.
Well, and then he got really into pottery, which I find very wholesome.
I also that sounds like a good healthy thing
Yeah.
to do
It's
outside
like
of
that, and then when Jimmy Carter became
arts.
a peanut farmer, he
Really?
was like, and then he got bullied. This is the worst thing. Scratch that. It's not the worst thing people have done.
there are
There are worse things.
Worse
But
presidents have done less.
He just retired. He just retired to work on his peanut farm, and people were like bullying him because he's like, "You're not doing enough for the American people." So he's like, "All right, fine. I'll work for Habitat for Humanity."
Let the man make his fucking peanuts.
That's what I said.
Right, he
I'm
did
like,
his time.
Yeah, he was. I don't know a lot about American politics, but I feel like Jimmy Carter was there was a lot of turbulence during the Carter era. I don't know. You're like 40.
Roughly.
So.
Thank you.
Would know.
I'm 30, but it's like 40, I guess. I was not alive during the Carter era. I was not able to vote for him, but I've heard from family members he was what we call a lame duck.
Like I would believe he was, as the kids call, mid. Like,
Right? Yeah.
I'm not saying he was the
era.
best.
Like Gerald Ford, like Jimmy Carter,
yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of
Bush Senior.
They were just
Like,
kinda
those
there.
guys are just-
Bush. No,
Bush Senior partied. He fucking threw up on fucking Chinese presidents and shit.
He tried to kill Reagan.
and
Missed.
Yeah, missed it. You missed that.
Did
one.
you guys know that he had dinner with the Hinkleys like a week before John Hinckley Jr.
Really?
tried to shoot? Yeah,
Oh, I did not know that.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
That's fucked.
Do you know John Hinckley Jr. Is a painter now? That
Dude.
He's out of prison. You can buy one of his paintings on.
he like
Same with George
performs,
W.
like,
Bush.
concerts. He like
He's like, so he's my favorite. This is a very
we're
niche.
so off topic.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
I hope none of
Fine.
this makes it.
Well, we can just cut this into
Yeah,
something else.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
my favorite type of like micro celebrities are the ones where it's like when you mention them in like a Twitter thread, they appear. So it's like I feel like it's not like it's him, but if you say like it's like a Beetlejuice. If you say the guy who tried to kill Reagan, he'll just show up, and
Yeah.
then the guy who threw the shoe at George
Yeah,
W.
yeah.
Bush.
That's exactly what I was
fucking
thinking.
No
God,
matter
that was
where
so
you
fucking
are,
funny.
you say his like the guy. You don't even need to say
He's
his
gonna
name.
comment on this video.
Yeah, like the guy who threw the shoe at Bush. He's like, yeah, no, I remember doing that. I got like 10 years or something like that.
He was like running for president of Iraq after that or something.
I hope he won.
Yeah,
It's fame helps.
Yeah. And what fame did to Weird Al Yankovic.
it broke him in the movie at least, but in real life he's doing good.
Yeah.
He dies at the end of the movie.
Yeah, he gets killed
Yeah.
from a sniper at the Grammys.
Yes, he won. He wins
Or
like
was it a Nobel? It was
some
an
big
award.
award that he was being presented by. Was it Hulk Hogan and Diana Ross? I think it was.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
And then he was assassinated.
He was assassinated, even though he did the narration of the movie.
And that's just why it works.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just so.
which is actually
brilliant.
it was Diedrich Bader who did the narration.
Oh,
Do you guys know?
The name sounds familiar.
He voices Batman in the Brave and the Bold cartoon.
okay.
Really?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I feel like I know that
He's
name
done a
for
ton of
nerd
Batman
reasons.
voices over the years, but he's been in like the Veep show.
I love Veep.
He's been in a ton of shit over the years, but I just can't think of anything else. But he's a great actor. I'm a fan of Dietrich Bader.
Hell yeah.
Who was the one that died recently? There was a Batman.
Kevin Conroy?
Kevin Conroy,
yeah. R.I.P.
That was tough.
Sad guy.
Yeah. All right, we can end there. I don't know.
I would say final thoughts on Weird Al.
Final thoughts on Weird, the Al Yankovic story. It was a good movie. You should see it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, good film. Pretty weird in a good way.
Weird movie.
I've seen weirder.
Yeah, that's for sure. I've seen weirder. So
Yeah.
I give it 2 thumbs up. I was going to try and make a pun, but I couldn't think of any in time.
I give it 4 owls.
4 hours out of
4.
Okay.
4 owls.
Okay.
All right.
I give it you can check out, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Do it.
Big peace.
Do it.
See you.